We will cast the Heartwarming Redemption. And let's see if that's enough to mill him. Alright. Done. Let's see how much cards that is. 14. That's 28, right? So we might actually kill him. Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Lenny and you're watching Lenny TV. And I have to tell you, today I have one hell of a spicy list. Now it's not the most competitive deck, but it's most certainly one of the most fun mill decks I have ever built to this day. So strap on, you have to be ready for this one. And don't forget to smash that like, smash that subscribe, hit that bell button, it really helps me out. We are growing strong, we are almost at 200 now. And that is really awesome. I would have never imagined we could grow to 200 subscribers. And that has to be one of the most amazing things I have ever pulled off on YouTube so far. And yeah, if you want to see some more fun brews, I will plug my own playlist here. Check it out. You don't want to miss any of my videos, so make sure to hit that bell. And without further ado, let's get into the most fun, spicy Gates mill deck you have ever seen. Alright everyone, we are in the deck builder, and I'm going to briefly explain how this awesome mill deck works, right? So strap in and be ready for this awesome combo. So as you can see, we have the typical gate cards that are very strong if you play enough gates. That are Gates Ablaze, which is basically a 3 mana deal X damage, where X is equal to the number of gates you control in the battlefield. So this can be a deal 3 damage on turn 3, but it can be a deal 6, deal 8 damage on later turns. We have some ramp in the forms of Circuitous Route, which can search up for 2 basic land cards or gate cards and put them onto the battlefield tapped. And that synergizes really well with the next card that synergizes with gates a lot, and that is Guild Summit. When Guild Summit enters the battlefield, you may tap any number of untapped gates you control, draw a card for each gate tapped that way. And whenever a gate enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. So we have a lot of card draw with Guild Summit here. And we have a lot of card draw when you have Guild Summit in play, you ramp 2 gates onto the battlefield, you draw 2 cards for that. So that's a lot of synergy here. We have some a ramp here in the form of Grove Spiral. We have 4 copies of it. This draws you a card, and when you put a land, and by the way gates are lands, onto the battlefield, you will draw an extra card if you have Guild Summit in play. So there is really a lot of synergy going on here between all of these cards and gates. Now, you might ask, yeah, but how do we win? Well, yeah, let's get right to the win condition. The win condition is here. Psychic Corrosion is our primary win condition. We want to mill our opponent's entire deck. And how do we do that? We need, first of all, we need this in play. And then what we ideally want is we want a Narset in play. Maybe we have 2 of these in play. That would be ideal. And then we cast Emergency Powers. Alright? So we will put all our cards, or if we have no cards except Emergency Powers, we'll draw 7 new cards. The opponent will not draw 7 cards, even that this card states it, that he will draw 7. If you have Narset on the battlefield, he will only draw 1 card. Alright, so that's a tilter right there. But we draw 7 cards, milling our opponent for 28 cards straight, right? Because we have 2 Psychic Corrosions on the field, we draw 7. So that's a lot of mill right there. But then we hope to pick up a Heartwarming Redemption. By the way, after this resolves, we can put another Psychic Corrosion or another Guild Summit into play. And that's huge, because if we have a lot of lands, we can tap 5 gates, draw 5 cards, mill 10 more cards from our opponent's deck. Oh, sorry, not 10, 20, right? Because You draw 5, you mill 10 for 1 of Psychic Corrosion. Yeah, 20 more cards. But then we want to cast Heartwarming Redemption. So if we draw 7 new, we will discard 7. We will draw 8, milling our opponent for 16 for 1 Psychic Corrosion. But then we will mill our opponent for 32. So this is essentially an OTK combo. Like, we can mill our opponent in one swoop. But you don't even need to draw Heartwarming Redemption, right? You can just draw a Guild Summit on turn 15, drop it into play, draw 10 cards, mill the opponent to death. Now, to help us pull this combo off, we have a lot of pieces that help us here. Against control, we have 2 Dovin's Veto. Against aggressive decks that play creatures, we have Gates Ablaze, 4 copies. We have some board clears, some more board clears in the form of Deafening Clarion, 1 copy. And we have Cleansing Nova. And that is because if our opponent runs Ixalan's Binding, there is nothing you can do about it. And you need some form of destroying enchantments, even though you rely on enchantments to win you the game. You might be able to swap this one for a cheaper enchantment removal. But it's also a board clear, so it pairs up as both, in some sense. Now, to find our strong removal, our strong card draw options, our win condition, some ramp, we have 3 copies of Narset. Narset is an MVP. It's really strong against control decks because they can only draw 1 card each turn, and it enables the huge combo with emergency powers. But the bad thing is that it dies if we don't have a board clear and the opponent has some creatures on the field. But still, it's a really great filter card for this deck, because we can get all of these cards off of Narset. Now, to help us against mono red or really aggressive decks, we have Archway Angel. And you can either ramp into a lot of gates and play this from your hand, but you can also play it off emergency powers. Because if you cast this in your main spell, you may put a permanent with converted mana cost 7 or less from your hand onto the battlefield. So you draw 7 new cards, right, after this resolves. And if there is an Archway Angel in there, you can put it on the battlefield for free. So you don't need to cast it for 6. And if you have 10 gates in play, you will gain 20 life. Right? That's awesome, right? But you can also put Azor on the battlefield. And that is really strong against control decks. Because when Azor enters the battlefield, they are not allowed to cast any more instants or sorcery spells during their next turn. So you get a huge payoff if you have Narset and you're bringing an Azor for free. That's amazing. Now, there is one more thing to talk here. We have an alternate win condition, which is Jace. We can switch over the strategy to mill ourselves in case something goes wrong. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Some things I want to mention here. We have 1 forest in case our opponent runs some removal that lets us search for a basic land. We want to get some value off of that. We have 1 breeding pool. We want to shock that in for a growth spiral on turn 2, or one of these on turn 3, or Narset on turn 3. I think that's really strong. That's why we run 1 breeding pool. You could argue that it might be better to run 2 breeding pools and cut one of the gates here. And you might be right. That might be better. But I just think this list is good as it is. We have 3 gateway plazas for fixing our colors, because this will generate any color. And then Plaza of Harmony will generate any color as well. Because Plaza of Harmony reads, it can produce 1 mana of any color that a type of a gate I control can produce. So this can produce any color, so therefore this can produce any color as well. Furthermore, this will gain us free life, helping us to stay alive against aggressive decks. Now, this is essentially the whole deck explained. And you want to stay alive, ramp the hell out of your deck, and then, if you don't see a way out, just cast Emergency Powers, hope for an Archway Angel, or play a more control-y game. If you have an Azor, you can drop him on the field, then attack, draw a ton of cards of his activated ability, because when he attacks, you may pay X and 1 white, 2 blue, and if you do, you gain X life and draw X cards. So there is a lot of fun things you can do with this deck, and we're going to show it off right now. Alright, our first opponent is Komu Riniku. Riniku, yeah. I actually spelled that correctly. And this is a great hand. That's a keeper for sure. We're playing as Gideon. We're playing Gates Mill. That's the most amazing mill deck I have ever built. Period. It's just awesome. You will see. You will see. Just keep your eyes on the battlefield. That you don't miss the action. The mill action. Because this deck can be so fun and so amazing. Actually, I'm really angry. You know, I played the most awesome 3 games I have ever played with this deck. Even showcasing the card Heartwarming Redemption. And what happens? I forgot to press record on OBS. That's what happened. My noodle brain forgot to press the record button. And now I have to play some more games. I mean, I don't mind, because this deck is really amazing and fun. But man, I lost the most amazing footage ever. And I was so hyped. I was like, yeah, man! And I was like freaking out at the end of the recording. And then I tap out and I realize I didn't hit the record button. What the hell? You can imagine I was not happy about that at all. We'll just wipe the board. Just the gates ablaze. Bye, zombies. I mean, zombies will always come back or find a way back. But we are pretty strong. We have 2, 4, 5, 6 mana. Next turn. The only problem is we are lacking white.
Ramming speed.
So we cannot cast Azor at all. We pick up a Cleansing Nova, which we cannot cast as well. Now, I would love to draw some more cards. I would love to find some white mana. I don't love to see Dreadhorde Butcher at all. Or Butcher. I don't know how to pronounce it. You guys will probably tell me anyways. And he will hit me for 5. His Dreadhorde Butcher will grow. Yep. And there is a white mana source. That's pretty good. We will draw a card as well. Let's pay with the breeding pool here. Alright. I think we have to clear the board right now. Otherwise his Dreadhorde Butcher will get too big and we are potentially dead anyways if he has some direct damage in hand. But this way we have some white mana source for next turn. Which enables... which enables us to play Archangel. What is happening? I'm burping like crazy. Alright. I don't know why I'm telling that. It's so loud. Nobody needs to know that, right? Alright. Archangel coming down. Archangel will gain us a lot of life. I think it's along the lines of 12 or 14. 12, yep. So we are back to 20. We have a 3/4 flyer. It could die here, but I don't care. I only play this for the ETB. So Archangel gained us 12 life. That's really good. That's actually really good. Now what I want is a second white source game. And there it is. That's a second white source. It's only a little slower than maybe no, it's actually not slower than anything else here. That's actually the fastest. Oh, so alright. We will just pass the turn then. We'll do nothing else here. We have a Dovin's Veto, so we can counter some spells. And next turn, we can play Azor, the Lawbringer. Alright, he tries to kill us here. I'm fine with eating a Lightning Strike. I want to preserve the Dovin's Veto for something scarier. Maybe a Planeswalker. Or a bigger spell. At 7 he might have Captive Audience. And I don't want Captive Audience on me at all. Alright. So, what are you doing 5? God Eternal! Oh my god. Thank goodness I kept... He has Menace, so I cannot even block him. Alright, but I can wipe the board and play Azor. And that's what I'm going to do. So let's wipe the board and play Azor, the Lawbringer. He's actually such a badass. Swings. Insane. Doomed Decenter. Alright. Let's play our win condition here. That is Psychic Corrosion. Let's drop a Gateway Plaza. Let's draw a card. Let's mill our opponent. Let's start milling him, actually. Alright, we pick up another Guild Summit. And this turn... I will hit him. I will hit him hard. Let's pay that. And actually draw 2 cards, right? Perfect. We will mill him for 4. We will hit him for 6. And yeah, I think we got this game in the bag. I think we won this one. We have a pretty strong board state. We have a ton of mana. We have an Azor, a badass flying Sphinx on the battlefield. That is being contempted. So never mind. But luckily we have a second one in hand, so I don't even care, to be honest. Yeah, let's get another mill going here. And we are 100% casting Guild Summit here. Let's pay with the Breeding Pool and the Forest and the Red. That way we use the least amount of gates we can. Let's draw 6 cards here. Let's mill our opponent for 12 cards. Alright. And what we will do next is we will play Plaza of Harmony. And that means we can play Growth Spiral. We will enter Azorius Guildgate. And we will mill our opponent for 8 more cards. Alright. This is looking really good. We are milling, and that's exactly what we want to do. Let's drop some lands. Let's drop another land, another root. Let's drop a root here. And let's just drop 1 Dovin's Veto. Alright, we discarded at our cleanup step. That is actually a real step. You can look that up. It is after your end step, where the game checks if you have more than 7 cards. And if you have, you will have to clean up and discard till you reach 7. Alright, let's play Plaza of Harmony here. Let's play Psychic Corrosion. Let's play another Psychic Corrosion. And let's play a Guild Summit, but we will pay with the Plazas of Harmony. The rest is not mattering at all. And we will draw 4, milling our opponent for lethal, right? I think we won. This is the mill going off! So we mill him for, yeah, 24 cards, and that's GG! Komori Nico, thank you for the great game. Sorry for milling you, but it was an awesome one. So GG. GG's, man. And that's our first win with this awesome mill deck. And let's just keep on going. Alright, our next opponent is Yoshi Fear. Yoshi's Fear. That's an interesting name. And I like this hand. We have... It's a slow start. Actually, it's not that slow. It's a turn 3, let's do some stuff. And turn 3, let's do some stuff is really good for the Gates deck. The only thing we are missing is a board wipe. And if you miss a board wipe, that can be really devastating for a Gates deck. The good thing is we can cast Narset on turn 3 if we would like to. And I think we will actually need to do that. Because this Merfolk deck will pressure us a ton, to say the least. So what we need is a board wipe. And Narset will help us find a board wipe. Yeah. So Narset it is here. Because we need a board wipe.
I have just the trick for this.
Alright, let's take Cleansing Nova here. That is a board wipe. And we can cast it in 2 turns. And the only thing I hope is that we are not dead by then. But we could be lucky. Or we could not be. Because this is a lot of damage. That's already 2, 4. I mean, we take 7 this turn. Alright, so he goes full kill mode here. He's even ignoring Narset. Now, the good thing is we can find the Gates Ablaze. And the Gates Ablaze will punish him immensely for this play. Yeah. So I think we'll see a concede here. Because this punishes him enormously. Or immensely. Enormously, aggressively, immensely. This was a huge tempo swing for us. And I think we are free to win the game from here on out. I mean, maybe not. I mean, we still have another board wipe. So I don't feel really too much pressure here. Let's start off by actually playing the Guild Summit. Let's draw a card with it. And let's play another gate. Alright, so we drew 2 cards. We have a Guild Summit in play. We have our win condition here. Our main focus win condition. Which is to mill our whole deck. The opponent's whole deck. Alright, he reveals a Merfolk. He will not draw a card because of Narset. Now that's a tilter. Alright. And I'm not scared of dying next turn. So let's cast Psychic Corrosion here. And another Plaza of Harmony into another Narset.
My prowess is unmatched.
And we will find another Gates Ablaze. Alright. So now I've got this game on lockdown. I don't think there is anything Yoshi's Sphere can do to win this one. There is nothing. Except counter spells. Alright, he does the same mistake again. Because he won't draw a card again. Because of Narset. No, man. Yoshi, what are you doing?
I won't forget.
Oh, man, that's a tilter. So our opponent heavily misplays here. We even draw another Gates Ablaze. Alright, let's wipe the board. Let's play a Breeding Pool. Let's pass the turn. Alright, at this point, Yoshi's Sphere is just hanging on a little thread. I'm actually surprised that he didn't concede yet. Because if I make misplays, I don't know how it's with you guys, but if I do some misplays or some stupid plays, I get really angry. Guild Summit is sometimes so weird. Sometimes it casts itself. And actually, I want to cancel his cancel. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to put it on the stack and then tap the Plaza, and the Breeding Pool so that I can draw a lot of cards with it. But sometimes it's just not letting me put it on the stack and then select what I want to pay for. But a lot of times I put it on the stack and it doesn't do it automatically. So sometimes this is really weird. Keep that in mind if you want to play this deck. It's always best to cast Guild Summit manually. That's what I wanted to say. Alright, and now we will gain a huge amount of life. 10 to be exact. And that should seal the game for our friend Yoshi here. But he's not giving up. He will tap down the angel. He will swing in full force for 5 damage here. And we find emergency powers. Let's draw first. I want the Narset. Alright, let's cast another angel. Why not? And let's not attack. Let's just gain the life. Not attack. I mean, we almost killed him already with our mill strategy. That's not really far off, to be honest. All we need is Heartwarming Redemption and another Psychic Corrosion. If we would draw one, that is game. Let's see if we can find another Psychic Corrosion. Nope. We did not find another one. And what I'm going to do now... Let's just YOLO this one, because little Yoshi is... I feel sorry for him. Let's just emergency powers here. And let's put Azor into the battlefield. I mean, we will mill a lot of cards of his library again. But we gave him a fresh start. Right now he can flood the board. He can do whatever he wants. Actually, I'm going to preserve some blockers here. And yeah, we can just Gates Ablaze next turn. He doesn't know that, of course. But yeah. He at least can do some things, right? That's pretty nice from us to actually give him some cards. We didn't need to do that at all. But it's nicer that way. Alright, so he plays another Herald. He plays another River Sneak. He's playing all his awesome Merfolk creatures. He plays a Deep-Root Waters, which he should have cast before he played all of his Merfolk. And we pick up another board wipe. Alright then. Let's
keep an open mind.
Oh my god. Find another board wipe. I mean, I feel really sorry for him. Let's draw some more cards first before we attack. Let's draw some more cards, actually. Yeah, we mill a lot here. But what I will do is I will attack. I will decline Azor's ability. And I will wipe the board. Just to be safe here. Let's discard... we should have discarded the forest. But at this point, I don't think this really matters at all. We will dominate this game no matter what he does here. I really like the animation of Commander entering the battlefield. And it's a pretty badass sound effect. But still, it doesn't look good for our hero Yoshi here. With his awesome Merfolk deck. He could tap 3 Merfolks, maybe. And draw a card. Maybe he's trying to figure out how to... Yeah! Now Narset denies that. Narset is so broken. It's insane. Alright, let's draw first. We find another board wipe. Oh man. This Yoshi guy. I feel so sorry for this guy. I think we will already win by milling him now. Alright, let's see what we get off
With
Narset here.
thoughtfulness before action.
And that's game. Because we will just play the Guild Summit, tap some gates, draw some more cards, mill him, and that's another win. Sadly, this wasn't a very interesting game. Alright, Sonic is our next opponent. And he's playing as Tezzeret. Sonic the Tezzeret. We have a board wipe. We have 2 board wipes, sorry. I like this hand. Let's start off by pretending we are an Azorius deck. Because the sleeves, the Azorius Guild Gate, that's really sneaky. Wall of Runes entering here. What the hell is happening? Alright then. Wall of Runes, scry 1. Let's pay Gateway Plaza, pay 1. I want some card draw. I want maybe a Narset, a second blue source, that is what I want. And Sonic, I think Sonic really doesn't like mono red, because this looks like it would wreck mono red. Absolutely destroyed. Oh my god! Now I didn't expect that. But that is huge amounts of damage. And I cannot even kill all of his creatures. That is really sad. And if we don't pick up a land next turn, we are dead. To Surge Mirror and Wall of Runes. What a time to be alive. I mean, this is just sad, right? I mean, I find his deck awesome. I have never seen a deck like this. That can apply so much pressure. Honestly, this is like... I mean, I guess he's facing... He was drawing really well.
Finally. I'll block them off.
We didn't draw a land. So... Is there a way out of here? Let's just Heartwarming Redemption. Maybe he will stop attacking. Alright. There might be a way out of here. We actually have found a way out of here. Let's play the Plaza of Harmony. That is... Oh no! It's good game anyways. So that's 3. 5. It's 8. No, we are dead anyways. That's 12
Anything
damage.
to support my allies.
Ah, man. That was a close fight. He for sure has some buff as well. Yep. So that's a 10-10. Alright. So it didn't matter. Thanks Sonic for showing me that actually. That actually helps. Because it wouldn't have mattered anyway. We found another game and we're playing against Phantom. And Phantom is playing as Karn. And I like this hand. We have all the colors we need for the Growth Spiral. We have Narset. We have enough blue sources for Narset to be actually castable. And we are playing against an aggressive deck. And the sad thing is I don't have board clears in hand. But Narset can maybe help us find some. And these are really weak 1/1s, so they don't kill Narset immediately. And what I will do, I will pass and cast Growth Spiral at his end step. He will attack first here. We will take 2. There is an Arguel's Bloodfast coming. I love this card. I love this card. This is a truly awesome card. And we will play the Guild Summit. And we will submit 1. Trying to find another land. We don't find another land. Well, that's pretty sad. That means we miss a land drop. And we are not able to cast Cleansing Nova next turn. Right, he will pay 2 life and draw a card. Interesting. So he missed a lot of land drops already. Let's cast a Growth Spiral. Alright, we hit a gate, but nothing more here. We casted Growth Spiral in our turn. I don't know why. We could have done that on his turn. That would have been way better, right? Oh, Spawn of Mayhem coming down here. But I don't really care. Get lost, Spawn of Mayhem. Woo! Alright. So we have stabilized here. He will create a 2/2 zombie though. And that is a little bit annoying. But we have 6 mana. So we can cast Azor, the Lawbringer. And that is a good blocker against his Spawn of Mayhem. Azor, come on! Bring the law to this lawless player. Alright, he will ping us for 1. Ill-gotten inheritance coming down. Now that it's becoming quite scary actually to play against this guy. Alright, what are we going to do now? So we are almost dead. We are at 8, essentially at 4 alive if he cracks open his ill-gotten inheritance. So I want to find some life gain.
Those who cannot just meditate and prepare.
Archway Angel would be some life gain. But let's submit 0 here, just in case he has something weird. Alright, let's keep open a Dobin's Veto. Oh, we are essentially at 3 life. So we are dead if he has 1 more damage somehow. Yeah, good thing we kept open mana for Dobin's Veto here. Because this would have been really bad news for us. It doesn't attack. Alright. So hold on a second. Because this will get awesome. We will play this. And then we need some life, right? How are we going to get life, you ask? Well, we are going to cast Emergency Powers. Draw a new hand. We draw an Archway Angel. Our opponent only draws 1 card because of Narset. And we're going to put Archway Angel on the field, gaining 16 life. Oh man, this is so awesome. And we'll fetch another Guild Summit. And oh man, there is the immediate surrender after that. Phantom has enough of that. But I take it. Alright, we are playing against Cry-OZ. Playing as Nissa. And I do not like this hand at all. To be honest with you guys, I don't like this hand at all. And I think I'm going to take a mulligan. Yeah, I will have to mulligan this one. I mean, as much as I love... Ugh, I don't like this hand as well. But let's try it. Let's keep it. Yeah, let's toss Growth Spiral. You see, in that situation, Growth Spiral is just a waste of a card draw. And depending on what we are up against, losing a lot of tempo might actually cost us the game big time. Alright, this is Ores of Colors, so we might be up against Ores of Control, or some Pirate token action, or some life gain shenanigans. And this looks like some life gain shenanigans. I mean, luckily we have a turn for Gates Ablaze. But if we are unlucky, his Ajani's Pridemate will be so big that Gates Ablaze will actually be too weak to deal with it. And that is happening quite a lot with these life gains, these life gain decks. You have to kill Ajani's Pridemate as quickly as possible. Otherwise he will be too big and too strong. With that card I'm completely fine. we will play the guild gate, the Gruul guild gate, and we have Dobin's video open in case he has a weird spell. We can counter that. Maybe a spell that would give Johnny some life or some stats. I want to counter that. And then when it's our turn, we will Gates Ablaze and clear his board. Right. Still, a board clear is very good here. It is true that he will generate a 1/1 lifelinking vampire. But it's still better to have this on the board than what he had previously, right? I mean, for us at least. Next turn, we have the choice. We can play Narset, or we can play the Circus route. And I think the obvious play is to ramp, because we want to have enough mana to cast Azor next turn. Azor might be able to swing this one around. We have 7 mana, so we can cast Azor. And Azor will bring the law and stabilize this board. Alright, so he has a 4/4 Pride made after this attack. And we will cast Azor here. For sure. And he is not able to cast instant and sorceries now because of Azor's Battlecry effect. Or, sorry, enter the battlefield effect. And that means we are safe to block something here. Potentially stabilize the game off of that. And maybe we can cast a Narset into a board clear next turn. That would be awesome. And our goal this turn is to block the biggest threat and keep Azor alive. That would be the best case scenario. If he buffs the Pride Mage to a point where... Oh, there is a board clear. So this is 100% a Narset turn. Let's play Narset here. Now if he's killing Azor here, I am fine with that. Go on, kill Azor. We will resolve Narset here. And we will Gates Ablaze. And we will...
An open mind.
Hell yeah. We will draw our first piece of our win condition here. It's a Psychic Corrosion. It's an enchantment. And whenever we draw a card, our opponent mills 2 cards. And that will become really awesome. If we play this with emergency powers, our opponent will only draw 1. We will draw 7 and we can put something in the battlefield even. Alright, we need to be careful here. Because our opponent is sneakily building his board here. His position here. Let's just ramp one more time here. Hopefully we survive. I mean, this is unnecessarily risky. We could have gone for the YOLO emergency powers on our turn. And hope to land... in hopes of landing the Archway Angel, gaining us some life. But this way... Alright, so Resplendent Angel coming down. And the Cruel Celebrant. Alright, so we will only take 3 damage here. I mean, that's still enough to hurt us at this point. But the good thing is... we have a lot of mana.
My mind needs a rest.
Alright, we will mill him. And we have enough mana to cast Growth Spiral. Right, actually I think we should destroy all creatures here. I mean, we will lose 5 life. But 1 life doesn't mean we are dead. It just means we only have 1 life left. And if he draws something that does 1 damage, we are obviously dead. But if he doesn't... Alright, let's just cast emergency powers now. And we draw the Psychic Corrosion. Let's play it. The Psychic Corrosion triggers a lot here. We will mill some cards of his library. We will get a look at his cards. And I think there might be nothing that can deal 1 damage to us. So we can actually pull this off. We could actually pull this off. At 1 life. At 1 life. Alright, we are still alive. We are still alive. He has 32 cards left. We will mill 4 for every card we draw. Alright. So we will cast the Heartwarming Redemption. And let's see if that's enough to mill him. Alright. Done. Let's see how much cards that is. 14. That's 28, right? So we might actually kill him. We actually managed to pull this one off. Yes! I'm so happy because I recorded some awesome games today, and I just didn't push the record button. I mean, that was really sad. But this is it. We milled him, and then we will gain a lot of life and be like, good game, my friend. Good game. Good game. Hell yeah, that was awesome. Let's go! Hey, Lenny here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Smash that bell, drop a like, and subscribe. Now I will leave you with a choice. The top video is my recommendation for you, and the bottom one is from YouTube. Now go check them out and tell me which one you enjoyed more.